Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. We are back here in Aldburg after rescuing the workers and meeting up once again with Nona and Corridon. But now it's time to find out what we're going to be doing next. So let's begin with Horn. Hello there.
Tell Arso what we have accomplished. Then we should return to Edoras.
Yes, we're all back together again, and let the foes of Rohan beware. After we report Archil, we should return to Edoras. We have done as we had promised for both Eowyn and Eomer, but there is sure to be more that we can do for the people of the Mark. But first, let us tell Archil what happened to the workers that were missing in the Everholt. And thankfully, they're all right. Well, Nona, what happened?
It is good to see you again. It was a happy meeting.
Yes, I can think of no better way to meet up with friends than to see them again in the thick of battle. It was a happy meeting. Gordon and I made the journey to Forlaw with my recovered friends from Wildermore. Some families in Forlaw have opened their doors to them until my friends can find a place of their own. We then rode down the river, and it was there that pride gave way to good sense. Rather than upset the guard at the crossing, Corydon suggested that we find another place to cross the river. It was not difficult. We planned to travel to the king's seat, but there to seek you and Horn. But before we left the forest, we heard the cries of orcs and diverted our course to follow them. You know the rest. Yes, I guess we do. Anything to add, Corydon?
It is good to see you again.
We would have rescued those people without incident, Pineleaf, but I'm glad that you appeared when you did in any event. Nona and I crossed the Entwash at the Narrows south of the guarded crossing. I thought it the wisest course, and did not want to put Hoonbolt into an unfortunate position regarding his orders. Nona would have put him in an unfortunate position as well, under the ground. I thought it might be best to avoid the Entwade altogether. Yes, I think that would have created too much of a problem. Yes, that is what brought us to the Everhold, where I heard the orc attack in the woods. We followed them into the cave, and that is where you enter the tale. It's good to see you again, and it's good that you arrived in time to help them. Now, let's speak with Archie. I found the workers and I rescued them from orcs that captured them. They seem to be all right now, which is most fortunate.
I cannot thank you and your friends enough.
Yes, Wheelman and Turwolf just left the hall, and they spoke in length of your actions on their behalf, Pineleaf. They and I can't thank you and your friends enough. All right, so he has already heard from him. That's good.
You return now to Edoras. Go, with my good wishes.
I can't thank you enough for all that you have done. You have aided Aldburg and his people in ways that I was unable to do myself, but I should not be surprised at your ability. After all, Elmer did send you to assist me. Elmer possesses wisdom far beyond his years, and he uses it not just on the field of battle, but in times of peace as well. There have been fewer of those in recent memory, alas. You return to Edoras, go with my good wishes, and may you help the folk there as you helped the people of Aldburg. Alright, but before I go, I should report what else I did while I was in that area.
There is no shortage of things that need doing in the Eastfold.
So you say the Boar Tribe orcs have been defeated? You are modest, but I doubt not that you had a hand in their defeat. There may be some stragglers still about, but with their chieftain defeated, they will not prove much of a threat. You have done so much for us in a time when we needed it the most. I'm certain, though, that the others might need your help more than we do now. All right, I guess that's a possibility. I presume this is the right one. Yeah. So it is time to head back to Edoras. Ah, back to Edoras. It looks like they haven't quite left yet.
Speak with me when you are ready.
We have come again to Edoras, this time in the company of both Corridon and Nona. Are you ready to walk through the streets and speak once more with Eowyn? Let me know when you're prepared. Allies of Wormtongue could be anywhere, and we must remain alert. Well, I suppose that's true.
We have returned to Edoras, and should see how Eowyn fares with her duties.
Yes, there still seem to be some people about. This way, Pineleaf. We will find the Lady Eowyn and see how her efforts have progressed while we saw to the will of her brother in Aldburg. Well, I hope that they're all nice and ready to leave at some point soon. This way, everyone. Now let's find someone. We got a couple of children here. Right, well, the children who are running off. Hey there. No? Oh, well. Oh, at least she... Wait, we got a little crowd here. There she is! I told you! Greetings, children. How fares the city? Why should we tell you anything? We have done nothing to cause you insult. What would your father say to this discourtesy? How should we know? They're all gone. Because of Dunlendings like her. Oopsie daisy. A little bit of a problem there. Hi. Step aside, Pineleaf. I will not listen to these children speak ill of my people. Careful, Nona. You need to learn something, weak-legged foals. Get out of here, Dunlending witch. You know nothing of my land. We know enough. Your people want to kill us all. How many Dunlendings have you slain, small one? What? How about you? How many Dunlendings have you killed? None, but I'm not yet of age. I have slain more than 24 Dunlendings. They were allies of those who killed my brother, servants of Saruman. Have you nothing to say? Yes? Well, I guess they're thinking. Can you teach us how to fight? Yes, please teach us swordplay. Well, apparently... I guess they're looking for someone to help them learn now. That might be progress. Ha! I did not expect this turn, Pineleaf. It seems that our Nona has an effect even on the children of Rohan. If Horn is not cautious, he may find that she has little time for him. So busy would she be instructing these children in swordplay. You should go on ahead, my friend, and find Eowyn outside of Meduseld. It may take us some time to get there. Right? Yeah, alright. So, apparently she's gained a few new friends. So, let us find Meduseld. Oh, yes. Oh. This way! Oi! You think I wasn't gone for just a little while? Eowyn still keeping watch? I fear we did not root out all of Grima's allies when you were last in Edoras, Pineleaf. I believe someone interferes with my efforts to empty this city. Someone cut holes in the sacks of grain we set by, and damaged the wheels of one wagon I did not think needed guarding. Uh, Chelflad saw a suspicious figure flee from the city to the north. Speak with her and see if she can provide you with a description of this man. If we do not know his appearance, we will not be able to prevent him from doing more damage should he return. Find her outside of her home to the northeast. All right, I'll do so. Some agent of Grima. Well, here we are. Hello there. Did you say you saw someone? I will help you with anything I can, Pineleaf, if it will help the Lady Eowyn catch this man. Ask me what you will, and I will tell you what I can remember of the man I saw. All right, then. Ask me whatever you need. All right. Tell me about yourself. My husband has gone to war with Theoden King, and now I must wait for his return. We have been told that we cannot wait here at our homes, but must go to Dunharrow. Yeah, that's pretty much true. And what did you see? This morning, shortly after sunset, I walked through the lanes of the city. I wanted to impress upon my memory every detail of this, my home. It was a sad walk down the gates. Just inside the gates, a wagon was waiting for supplies to be loaded. Standing next to it, in the shadows, I saw a man. Yes? All right, there's the man. And what was he wearing? He crouched by the wagon, and I saw that his boots were caked with mud. He wore yellow and brown leather with a strap over one shoulder. I saw the glint of sun in chain in the early morning light. Sun on chain, all right. So we had some mail on him then. All right. And are you certain about his dress? Yes, I'm fairly certain. Actually, now that I think on it, I believe he may have worn a red brooch around his neck. The setting was gold, or very polished bronze, but the gem in the middle glowed red in the light of dawn. Interesting. A man wearing a red gem, just as we had with that man we were pursuing with Bingo. Oh, speaking of Bingo, perhaps I should get back to Forlot sometime and speak with him. But we seem to be having other issues at the moment, so perhaps that will have to wait a moment. Anything else? Yes, was his hair distinctive? I can't really remember the style in which he wore his hair, but its color was light in the dawn. I am put in mind that it could have been an amber hue, but I can't be for certain. His hair was rather shaggy, but he was crouched by the wagon, and it might have fallen free from the binding with the efforts that he exerted. I see. So, here you go. Yes. And how many people in Rohan have amber hair? A lot of them, I think. Especially since it might be difficult in the early dawn to tell yellow from amber. Very good, Pineleaf. But we need confirmation and may now be able to obtain it. Another citizen in Edoras is claiming to have seen this man. Follow the road to the north and speak with Ilfberg. If her description matches that of Chelflad, we should be able to trust their memory of this man. All right, good. Getting confirmation. That's actually a reasonable idea. This appears to be Ilfberg. Hello there. Tell me about yourself. I have lived in Edoras all my life, baking bread for the king's board. Now we must go to Dunharrow until he returns from the war. I do not know if the sea will remain when we return. If we do return, that is. Hey, yeah, and greetings to you too. And what did you see? Oh, I wake early on most mornings, and this day I had difficulty sleeping. When I went to the storehouse to count the sacks of grain I need to bring with the Dunharrow, I saw that the sacks were split and the grain spilt across the floor. I despaired of the sight, and then espied a man fleeing down the road. Oh, so this, I guess, was the villain. All right. And what was he wearing? He ran with great haste, and I did not get a good look at him. I think he wore black leather over chainmail, but the mail was mostly covered. I caught only a few flashes of silver. It was very dark. All right, so in this case, it's hard to tell whether he's wearing yellow or black leather. And the one thing that you're sure of then is that there is some mail under there. Well, I guess that makes sense. Was his hair distinctive? His hair was long and blonde. His appearance was very much that of a man of Rohan. It will make it more difficult to find, I expect. Yes, I had a feeling of that. Hmm. Yes. Ooh, did he have a beard? Yes, a blonde one. Did I not mention that? No, you didn't. Alright, so looks like there's some things except for his dress. Now, are you certain about his dress? Well, perhaps not. It was very dark. I might I think perhaps the leather he wore was not as dark as I thought at first. Perhaps he wore brown rather than black. The sun was not yet up when I saw him, and it was dark in the lane. Yes, thank you. So, brownish, yellowish. That could be pretty close. All right. And was he holding anything? He had an axe in his hand. It must have been what he used to tear open the sacks of grain. The villain. Yes, most likely. And do you remember anything else? There was one more thing. He wore a brooch on his neck, fastened by a clasp. I saw the gemstone in the center glinting as he ran. It put to mind of a blood-red eye. Well, yet definitely that cult. Thank you. No question that it was that cult. Hmm. There are many men of blonde hair and beards in Rohan Pineleaf, but this brooch sounds distinctive. A red gemstone in the shape of an eye is not a common adornment amongst my people, but it is a common thing amongst the enemies of Rohan who are spies. That I know, since I've run across at least two others in this matter. This is how we will find this treacherous snake and keep him from doing further hurt to Eowyn and her people. Well, I was told by Eglif that there was a third somewhere around, and perhaps this is that third. Hmm, perhaps it is. It appears that the Blood Eye is responsible for your troubles, Eowyn. And I guess it's no big surprise that Wormtongue would be working with them.
A picture begins to form.
The writings that you recovered from Grima's chambers spoke in vague and shrouded terms, in order to keep the identities of the allies a secret. But we have found a few of them already. Hebecca, Leofing, and Forthair have been defeated or imprisoned for their part in Grima's schemes. But it seems that there was a fourth conspirator. It seems that he used several names, among them Ednoth and Golding. There may have been more than that we don't know of. Well, We have captured two of them and dealt with the. Actually, we captured. One is dead, and the other one left his blood eye amulet away somewhere. But you get the idea. But we now have a common thread, Pineleaf. Our mysterious foe seems overly fond of a blood red brooch, and it is by this jewelry that we will know him. We can't risk his return. Only by tracking this secret enemy can we ensure he does not return or cause deadlier mischief. Very well. Just hope he doesn't throw it away like another one I've run into.
Our mysterious foe seems to have fled Edoras to the north.
There are a few settlements to the north, but my guess is that he's making his way for Stoke in the Broadacres. You and your companions travel with haste to Stoke, there to find if you can apprehend this ally of Grima Wormtongue before he can wreak further mischief. Reeve Frithfield rules in Stoke, and she has been an inspiration to me since I was very young. Her strength is second to no man, as she has earned the respect of all who dwell in her riding. Still, this is not the sort of danger for which she is best suited. She faces enemies that attack over the fields and engage in open battle, not snakes in the grass that strike in hiding. Bring news of this secret foe to her, and warn her that he may lurk within Stoke. I do not know what evil webs he might yet spin. Well, I don't know either, but we'll have to deal with it. But that's for the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.